I bought your book, Christophe, The
Yes.
Lord of the Logos,
Yes.
which was I believe in 2010. I believe you released this book.
2011.
2011. Okay.
That means January 2011, so late 2010. And that book was marking my 40th birthday.
And all the logos, because I believe I was doing some reading, and is
Yes.
it the new book this year? Is it Archaic Modernism, the Art of Christophe Szpajdel,
Yes.
that's coming out this year?
Yes, it's coming in September because it's gonna be marking my 50th birthday.
So 10 years on, and you do you reckon you're at 9,000 logos now?
Slightly more, over 11,000.
I think it's probably so. To give the guys a little bit of context while we watch Christophe just perfect his art here,
Yes.
you know, Christophe has been, would you say it's been around with 35 years, and since the mid-90s you've been drawing logos?
I started actually doing logos in 87 first, but my first local band was actually a local band in 89, but shortly after I kind of got in contact with a Finnish band called Disgrace, and they are still sporting my logo for their death metal release. I mean, the album called Grey Misery, and that's actually the first international band for who I did the logo. That was even before Emperor, because Emperor was in 91.
Of course, and of course around that time as well. I mean, you can't even list them all. I mean, there's stuff about
No.
Old Man's Child, obviously Enthroned. I believe one of the bands you originally did became Enthroned, didn't they?
That was Morbid Death in 89.
Morbid Death, yeah, okay.
And
So-
then they became Blaspherium for a little while. They were the death metal. They signed on Osmose.
The French label, yeah.
And then they split up, and so became Enthroned, because the bassist, vocalist of Blaspheriums and Morbid Death, Cernunnos, became drummer in Enthroned. And they released 2 albums. They released first Prophecy
I always
of Pagan Fire. And
That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds, because I had I had like a 4-disc box set from Enthroned.
Yeah.
Back somewhere in my front room still. Very, very good band. Very good band.
Yeah,
Saw them live many, many
excellent
times.
I have to say that the Prophecies of Pagan Fire is an irreplaceable album. It's irreplaceable because it's unique, because it's full of emotion. Especially if you listen to the 2 songs, At Dawn of a Funeral Winter, and if you listen to As the Wolves Howl Again, which is the
classic.
last song, the closing song. That is one of the few songs that gave me a real shiver down the spine, and still, as of today, it's a song that gives me the same shiver down my spine. I have to say, for example, Towards of Thrones of Satan is great. Regies Satanas is a tribute to Cernunnos. That's a very good mini. They were released on the British Black End label. That was good and bad, because they were not very happy with the label. After that, they moved to Napalm Records, and that is where they released Armored Bestial Hell.
Yeah, great album.
Actually, that album is more directed to fans of blasphemy, sadistic execution. You can feel that
disaster and this sort of this thrashy
I
stuff.
would say more kind of war death metal, more like sadistic execution, more like blasphemy, but also with a thrash edge.